Hi, everyone. Welcome to our market update. My name is David. My name is Vinnie, actually. This guy's David.
Your name is David? That's amazing. What a cool name. I mean,
twinsies. I don't know, man.
This is great. I was hoping to be on the show with someone cool.
Oh, man. I was so ready to go, it's the David. And I was like, oh, no, that's not true. Anyways, all right. So thank you for being here. We do, not every Thursday. We've done it. We did it 2 weeks ago, but sporadically. So just follow the page and keep an eye out. But it's usually on Thursday at 4:30. So something to think about. But while we're going everything, you got the clicker below, kind of going over active properties, pending properties, 700 to 3 million, arbitrary number that I just kind of put together, under 700, under 1,000. So kind of food for thought. But
what are we going to find under 700 for a house, Vinnie?
You know what? So active properties under 700,000. We currently have 949 properties.
Wow, for SFR?
No, not SFR.
SFR. I was like, SFR under 700?
No, I can give you a quick number of SFR. Well, you're telling us about rates. I'll pull up what SFR is for under 700 now.
Well, we can look at this a couple ways. So a lot of data has come out that's actually supporting more of the rate cuts that are going to be coming. The Bureau of Labor Statistics came out. They told us that for the last 6 months, they've just misreported jobs by 43,000 a month. So that's kind of a mistake. They're only off by 43,000 in the negative. So, and then the other thing that's also come out is San Diego, #1, according to Case-Shiller Index. San Diego, #1 for highest home prices and #1 for appreciation in the whole country. So once again, the market hasn't crashed.
You remember, for people that have watched us last time we're on here, something you got to think about and be aware of. Any kind of stats are made to be kind of pushed around, but the biggest thing you want to think about is the median home price to the average home price. It's two different things, and I'll pull those numbers right fast. But before I get to that, we currently have in San Diego County 153 properties that are under 700,000.
Wow. And so
now
your population, 3.7?
Huh?
3.7 million population, 3.6 San Diego?
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay. All right. So here, I'm going to do this fast. So the median detached property for last month, it hasn't got a new this month right now, is a little under 1.1, 1,091,000. The average, let's see what that is. The average for detached properties in San Diego County, you want to guess? What's your guess?
Average, I'm going to go with 995.
No. Average, okay, for detached properties in San Diego County, 1.4 million.
A what?
That's average.
Average 1.4 million.
As of May 2024.
Wow, I don't know what to say to that. It's sad. That makes me really sad.
But that's why you got to be careful when you're listening to numbers and people are talking about median or average or that kind of stuff. I always like median. And going back to the old math class, right? You have 3 numbers, the median is the middle one. Right?
Wow, thanks for pointing that out. I appreciate that. So, but the Case-Shiller Home Index still came in San Diego #1 most expensive, #1 best home appreciation in the nation.
Yeah.
So I guess your 1.4 makes sense, because what were we saying? Was that 6 months ago? The median was 995.
So December 2023. So last December,
was it 995?
1.269 for the average detached property. For median, the same time, it was 942. Okay. And now we're a little under 1.1 for median.
Okay, median. All right, well, let's go with the median, because I also like my steak done median rare, but that's not important.
Okay, if you want to go all properties in San Diego County, for last December, we were at 805 for median, and we're currently at 900. And for average, we were at 1 million, and in December, now we were at 1.16 for average.
Well, now that a lot of us have had our dreams crushed thanks to your data and expensive homes, let's talk about something good. Interest rates actually came down a little bit. So
Yeah.
there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and not to make fun of the home prices, because if you look in the history and you can go back 2 years, 4 years, 6 years, 8 years, or 1 year, the homes were cheaper, except for the brief time where we had the COVID lowest interest rates in history, where they rose up really high and now they've kind of turned back around, and then now they're coming back up. But that's also in the Case-Shiller index. If you want to look at that just came out, that does show that. And overall, it's like interest rates have come down. You now, if you talk to somebody that's not at a bank or a retail lender or like a credit union, the rates are below 7. You're between 6.875, 6.75 APR, add an 8 to that. And that's all based off like a 740 FICO. So we are coming down from before, when we were at 7 and an 8, 7 and a quarter for average. And so there is hope. And
inventory has gone up, mind you. We were at, I think, 3,600 when we did this beginning of June. We're at a little over 4,000, like 4,100 right now, if you can see the clicker right there. So inventory is slowly going up. Mind you, we are during the summer months where we usually see an uptick in inventory. We usually start seeing that around beginning of May, and we started seeing that this year around beginning of May. So we'll see how July goes, getting more inventory. But there is kind of a little slowdown to the market, a little ability for credits and stuff like that happening. Not across the board. Every situation is different, but something to think about if you are looking and rates are coming down a tad, and we've foreshadowed, and we'll see for
Sounds like a sci-fi movie, doesn't it?
Well, in September, we're talking about that we think rates are going to go down a little farther. So I mean,
I'm still in on that 70% for a cut.
You think? Where do you think rates are going to go in September?
I just know in September, I think there's a 70% chance of a rate cut of 25 basis points, which will probably, help the market by an eighth to maybe a quarter. But if you get a quarter for a quarter, that's actually phenomenal. And, if you jump back right now, like FHA and VA, they're still down at 5.875, APR 6%. And those are no point loans. So that's not bad. Like if you're an FHA or a VA buyer, you're actually getting a really good deal right now.
Well, so you think we can get to probably what, mid sixes, September maybe?
I think in September the new norm will be 6.75. No points, no point loans, flat across the board, and then people that pay a point will probably be 6.5, maybe 6.4. APR at 8.125. I always got to say that because it's a disclaimer. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to say rates without always APR.
Yeah. So, I mean, something to think about. But the biggest thing we've talked about this so many times is know your monthly payment. I mean, maybe you do a 2-1 buy down. I mean, you look at just buying down the rate. I mean, maybe asking for the seller to assist with closing costs. I mean, so things to really think about when you're looking to purchase. But the biggest thing is knowing what you're looking to accomplish with that home purchase. That's going to be the biggest thing. And if you're looking to stay there for a long period of time, I mean, we've talked about it, right? That there's never been a 10-year span in California, right? That you've seen the values go lower than they were before.
No, you're not. And the other thing is, like, we are at the highest point of affordability in San Diego in 37 years, which means it's the hardest ever to afford a house here. But what you need to know is in the future, it's going to be more, which kind of sucks. And no one wants to hear that. But the reality is, Vinnie, when we talk 3 years from now, the home prices are going to be higher.
It's crazy. I mean, I'm looking right now. I was looking at how much do you think the properties were for all properties, median home price in San Diego County in February 2009?
2009, 275.
Wow, you're pretty close. It was 281.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Anyone who bought a house in 2009 for 275 right now, woo, winning.
275 was actually March 2009. But yeah, it's crazy. Shit, man. We're at 860, 887 right now?
So you're saying you hope the whole housing market crashes and goes to hell in a handbasket from 2008 to 2010 so people can come back and get the best deal of their life? Is that what you're saying?
You know what? There's opportunity in every market. It's just a matter of finding out what's the opportunity for you. That's the biggest thing. What I'm saying. But let's get now the
And the
nitty gritty.
Chargers, are the Chargers coming back? I heard that too.
You know what? I'll get to the board. Who are you voting for?
Oh, we don't discuss politics.